Hi, my name's Chaplain Alexander, and welcome to this week's 2 Minutes of Encouragement. You know, hundreds of times every day, we make decisions. And some of those decisions are based off of the commitments that we make, whether it be a commitment that we make to ourselves or a commitment that we make to somebody else. But regardless, we make hundreds of decisions every single day. Now, for those times when we keep our word, there is this subtle attribute that grows and forms inside of our mind that has tremendous ramifications for how others perceive us. Now, this is one of the biggest and most underutilized attributes that we could possess, and it's this idea of integrity. Integrity, this idea of truth and honesty. A person of integrity knows the right thing, says the right thing, and does the right thing. There's this story that I once heard of a little girl named Jessie, and she asked her dad before she went to school, can we play Scrabble when you get home from school? She loved words, and her dad agreed, sure, we can play Scrabble when I get home from work. So she goes on the bus, she goes to school, she comes back, and she grabs a chair, she sits down in front of the door, and she waits. She waits and she waits and she waits for hours. And finally her dad comes through that door hours later. And it was way past when he usually comes home. And he says to her, I'm sorry, dear. I just can't play Scrabble with you now. We can do it again tomorrow. We can play tomorrow. Now Jessie begins to look sad and asks her dad, how much money do you make? And he didn't know what that had to do with anything, but he told her $20 an hour. I make $20 an hour. And so she runs to her room, and she looks at something, and then she comes back to her dad and says, can I have $4? $4? Sure, here's $4. And then she goes back to her room, she grabs this jar, and she comes back to her dad, and she pulls out all of this money. And with the $4, it made $20 total. And she looked at her dad and said, Daddy, can I buy an hour of your time? You know, sometimes it takes a child to remind us about how important our word is. So my encouragement to you today is keep your word. No matter how small you think it may be, it has tremendous ramifications. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again next week.